You guys are just terrified of a guy like me because I'm real. And that's what scares you guys, is I'm a real human being that could easily eat you alive. So on that note, I welcome all that type of abuse you want to throw towards me because I know deep down you guys are all pussies.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to SEScoops YouTube channel. I'm Samira, and today I have with me Will Ospreay. Thank you for joining me today.
You're welcome. You've done that. You've done the introduction terrible. Allow me to do it for you. I am the real IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, Will Ospreay. That's how you do it, my friend.
Well, you just corrected me there. So, how are you doing today?
Oh, love, I'm doing great every single day. I wake up in the morning, I look out the mirror, look out the window and just see this beautiful country that I'm in. I'm back in my hometown in England. I get to walk my dogs around the place. I get to hang out with the boys. I'm having such a wonderful time. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Let's get on with the questions. Come on, let's get on with the questions. Let's go.
So you're coming back up into the States. How excited are you to come back here?
I always like coming to the States. I mean, it's nowhere near as good as Essex, but you guys have got good food over there. I mean, the fans are okay-ish. I mean, they could give me a little bit more respect, but other than that, I'm always excited to batter some Yanks. It's always my favorite thing to do.
What food do you specifically look forward to here?
Oh, anything Mexican as well. Like, I love Mexican food. It's always good. Do you know, oh, God, I'm trying to think of what I actually like eating. You guys do a good steak, I must say. You guys, when you guys have got your steakhouses, God damn, you guys hit that out of the park.
Yep, they're one of the best. I know there's a few around where I live that I just love. They're just so good.
Yeah, right. Well, someone needs to take me for another steak dinner.
So is there anything like real specific that you look forward to in the States that anytime you come here, you're like, okay, I gotta do this?
No, not really. Like, to be honest with you, love, I'll be brutally honest with you. I like to fly into America, do my stuff, get the hell out of there. I won't lie to you. I hate the traveling side of things. I hate hotel rooms. I'm in like a beautiful 3-bedroom house up in Essex. You can't beat my life. My life is just amazing. So why would I want to be in a stuffy hotel in some country that I don't mind being in, but I hate it. I can't, Essex is just the greatest place on earth. So why would I want to be there when I could be home with my dogs?
That's true. That's true. So, you've wrestled on big shows all around the world. And is there anything different about wrestling in the United States? Like maybe it's the crowds or like what's different about it?
The crowds are a lot larger, and I do mean in the body size, and it's both in body size and capacity. But I wrestled in front of 40,000 people in the Tokyo Dome, love. Like, there's no beating it. I mean, Madison Square Garden, that was a cool one. So I really enjoyed Madison Square Garden. But it's all right. You guys are a lot more vocal as well. Like, you guys love screaming and shouting, and because I just know everything about Americans. They can't keep an opinion to themselves. They've got to shout and they've got to holler. So, I don't mind that, but just prepare for me to go back at you.
I was just about to ask you, are you gonna like bicker back with us?
After time, I'll bicker back and I'll remind you guys that I am the greatest wrestler of the 21st century. But after time, I just like staring you guys down because you guys talk so much online, and you'll happily put the fingers up behind the camera. But then when I'm right in your face, you guys shit a brick. You guys are just terrified of a guy like me because I'm real. And that's what scares you guys, is I'm a real human being that could easily eat you alive. So on that note, I welcome all that type of abuse you want to throw towards me because I know deep down you guys are all pussies.
Have you ever had a crazy experience with any of them before?
Not American fans, no. I mean, you guys are pretty cowardly, but England fans, I've got into fist fights with. I've strangled the life out of people before, and just they've woke up not knowing where they are, and just me standing over it with my eyes all lit up like I'm going to kill somebody. And after time, I do want to, but then security normally pulls me off. But never had a fist fight in America with fans, but just I'll happily welcome it if they do generally want to try it. Like, I don't mind punching some kids' lights out, you know what I mean? I don't care about your life.
So speaking of America, you'll be returning back. New Japan's coming to Philadelphia, the 2300 Arena. And are you ready to face Alex Zane?
That's an exciting one. I'll give you a little in scoop here, or insight would be better. But I used to watch Alex Zane when I was a backyard wrestler, when it was frowned upon to be called a backyard wrestler because we were the dirt underneath everybody's feet in the wrestling industry. But it does make me laugh now seeing how the world is with professional wrestling, and all the backyarders that I used to wrestle with are now not on top of the world. And I mean, Zane's is coming back from his excursion over in Orlando, so I would like to see if he learned anything from there, or if he's just the same guy that I grew up watching that I just outgrew.
So how are you preparing for your match with him exactly?
I'm trying to drop a little bit of weight because I do know Alex. He's very unorthodox and reminds me of myself when I was a junior heavyweight. So I'm trying to drop down some weight so that way I can move a little bit more quicker. But in terms, I'm trying to stay on that size because I think we're roughly about the same height and the same build. But like, if I can outpace him and I know I can strike harder than him, his strikes aren't as near polished and clean as mine. And I don't think Zane's going to be dirty enough. I mean, I remember him just as a fresh cut, clean fighter that just wanted to do right by the fans. But I mean, I was in that position a long time ago. I'm not that guy anymore. And if I get a shot to give you an elbow in the back of the head, I'm going to do it.
Well, is there anything about his specific style that you see being a challenge for you at all?
He's the thing is with him is like he can do the same tricks that I used to be able to do when I was 15 kgs lighter, and I think we're kind of roughly the same body weight. So his acrobatics are going to have more impact behind them. So I'm definitely going to keep my eye on when he does ascend to the top rope, because that's when I'm going to be at my most vulnerable.
Now, before you mentioned about the heavyweight, what was it like transitioning from your junior heavyweight to the heavyweight?
At first, it was kind of like, it was definitely a shock to the system because my body didn't move as well as I did when I was a lot lighter. But a lot of people kind of need to remember that when I first transitioned into the heavyweight division, I was like approaching 100. I wasn't 100 just yet. It was only after I won the British Heavyweight Championship back in February 2020, before the global pandemic hit. I was just about to hit 100, and then I finally made it to 105. And then the moment I went out into Japan for that G1 climax, it was different. It was a lot more challenging. It was harder for me to get rounds for my high flying offense. So I had to change it up, and I had to go more into the strike offense, which is why now you'll see I hardly do anything off of the top rope. And if I do have to do something off the top rope, it's more or less out of I need to hit it now. So it was difficult, but not that challenging, because I am literally one of the best wrestlers. I'm the best wrestler in the 21st century, let's be honest. So it was one of those things where it was challenging, but I always like a challenge. So once it's in front of me, I've always surpassed it.
Is there anybody you hope to wrestle by the end of 2021, or somebody that you really hope to face within the next year?
In New Japan, the only person I care about right now is Okada. The guy's been ducking me for a while now, and with the way my stance right now with New Japan, I'm refusing to go over to Japan just because of how they stripped me of my World Heavyweight Championship when they have no right to strip me. And I'll happily go into the rules of the IWGP, but the fact is, no one's pinned me. I'm undefeated. So I am the real IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, and my title match is meant to be against Okada until New Japan cancelled it. So that's on New Japan's head in my case. So in terms of Japan, Okada. In the rest of the world, I would still love that match with CM Punk. He's the one that called me out. He was saying that I want to wrestle Will Ospreay. Same with that Bryan Danielson dude. He was like, I want to wrestle Will Ospreay. And I get it. There's a goddamn line. Kenny Omega wants to wrestle Will Ospreay. Just take a ticket and I'll get to you when I get to you, guys.
And there we go, calling them out.
I'm not calling them out, though. They called me out. This is the thing. I hate this thing of like Will calls out AEW wrestler. It's just like, no, they called me out. All of them. Like, who else? Sammy Guevara, he's another one that called me out. There's a list. There's a list that goes on and on and on, and they all call me out because the reason why is because they know when Big Match Billy is in town, their stock goes up. Everyone that wrestles me, and you can't deny it, every single person that wrestles me ups their game because they know they're being in the ring with one of the best wrestlers in the world right now. So I completely understand it. But right now I'm busy. If you guys really want it, you want it that bad, you know what to do. You just got to call my number. I'll show up. I'll show up. But 9 times out of 10, these guys don't want me to show up because I'll embarrass them. I'll embarrass them. Guys like Bryan Danielson made a living of being one of the best wrestlers in the world. But if I showed up, he would not last in the ring with me. Kenny Omega was the guy in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And when he left, I took over and I made my own stance. No one could compete with me back in 2019. If I got in the ring with him, I'd embarrass him. And CM Punk called me out when he wasn't a wrestler. So in that case, he was keeping an eye on me the entire time and was looking at me and thinking I'm a challenge. And damn right I'm a challenge. I'm the challenge. So if those guys want it, I'm ready. But you guys hit me up. I didn't hit none of you guys up. You guys hit me up.
That'd be interesting to see, CM Punk, best wrestler in the world, and as you say, the best wrestler in the 21st century. So love to see that.
All right. Is he though? All right. He's saying he's the best wrestler in the world. And he was saying that, when was it? 2011? He was saying that, 2011. Was he the best in the world or was he the best of the bad bunch? Like, straight up, yeah, dude, maybe you were the best at that time. Are you the best now? No, you're nowhere near Will Ospreay's level. So step up, brother. I'm ready for you.
Well, I'm coming down to my, 2 final questions. I like to make them fun towards the end of the interview. So as we were talking about Philadelphia before, Philadelphia is known for their famous cheesesteaks. Are you going to be getting one? Are you going anywhere specific if you do by any chance?
I've never heard of cheesesteaks, and more or less, right? I don't really know what goes on in America. I can't be bothered. I don't even know what goes on in my own country. I'm too busy just minding my own business. So if someone wants to buy me this cheesesteak, I will eat it, but I'm not going to sauce it out. I'm not going to be craving a cheesesteak. Just if it's there, for God's sake.
And my final question to you is, we're in fall and we're in like Halloween mode. Like, is there any fall activities or Halloween themed things that you're looking forward to at all?
I used to dress up all the time at New Japan. Like I did, me and Robbie on 2019 dressed up as Roppongi 3K. Can't talk about that anymore. They broke up. Yeesh. 2020, I couldn't be bothered to do anything because I was in the middle of a heated feud with Okada. I'll probably just do something with my friends. I'm not entirely sure. Like, I think I've got something. I think I'm going to Ireland, so that'll be fun. I'll go get pissed up in Ireland and go wear a funny costume. I'll think about it. Put it to your listeners or viewers or whatever, saying what do you want me to go as for a costume, and I'll consider all options.
Sounds like a great idea. Could be a good poll. You can put it on Twitter or Instagram and see what everybody says.
Oh God, because people really want to hear about what I'm going to be wearing on Twitter. Jesus.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Can you tell then all the fans where they could find you on social media and what your next upcoming shows will be?
Will Ospreay on everything, on Twitter, on Instagram. I'm not on Facebook. Don't try and find me. Upcoming shows, let's see. So on the 9th, I'm in Ireland for OTT. On the 10th, I'm in Southampton for Revolution Pro Wrestling. On the 16th and 17th, I am in New Japan Strong. From the 21st to the 25th, I'm on the Jericho Cruise. On the 30th and 31st, I'm in Ireland. And so on and so forth. Just keep an eye on what I'm doing because October's a busy month for me, and I'm just gonna do what I do best. I'm Big Match Billy for a reason. I'm the Billy Goat for a reason, and more importantly, I hold this championship for a reason. Nobody can touch me. My name is Will Ospreay, and I am on another level. Thank you very much for having me.